This is my biggest LEGO haul ever. I spent $3,500 on this entire collection. Over 100 Star Wars Lord of the Rings sets and minifigures packed into these 6 boxes. And we're about to go through every single one of these to see what's inside and how much it's worth. Let's get into it. Alright, so first thing I noticed was this big box right here. Sadly, it's got a lot of damage, so I'm really hoping that UPS did a good job and there's nothing broken inside. As you can see right here, this is almost open. It's not fully open though, so let's hope for the best. Right here, there's more damage too. Anyways though, let's open it up. We'll start with this one. At least this was well taped. Okay, we got some stuff right here that'll protect it a bit. All right, so first set is this one right here. This is the Lars Family Homestead Kitchen. Pretty cool set. It is used, but it's supposed to be complete. The bag's in there. I can see the minifigure too, so should be fine. Then we have the Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder, I believe. It's the set from the 20th anniversary. Seems pretty complete. There's a lot of Stormtroopers, Rebel Fleet Troopers in there. That's another great set that we can add to this collection. And then I see this random T-Rex. I'm not sure if this was added as a figure or as part of a set, but I'm pretty sure it's just an extra figure. Not sure which one that is. That's 75407. It is a Star Wars set, but I don't see any figures in it, so I'm not exactly sure what that one is. Oh, next up we have one of the TIE Fighters. That's a pretty cool set. That's the one from 2021. The figures are there too. I see the Stormtrooper, so that's nice. So far this box wasn't too damaged, which is great. Then we have a second one. There's 2 of these TIE Fighters. We'll take them. There's a second one of this set as well. The Imperial Dropship versus Rebel Scout Speeder. So that's a second 20th anniversary set. It's actually officially retired. I think it was like last year, so nice to have. This one is the Starfighter with Conway. We can see it right here. Pretty cool set. I feel like that's one that most people have. It's just very common. I've had it quite a few times. V19 Torrent, that's another one that a lot of people have just because the minifigures are super good, especially that Obi-Wan Kenobi with printed arms. That one's really cool. Right here we have the Ahsoka's Duel on Peridea. I've seen that one multiple times and I can tell just by looking at this throne right there. Great set. Here we have the Triceratops Skull 76960. That's a Jurassic Park set. Here is Santa's Delivery Truck. So that's just a set for Christmas. Next up is a T-Rex Skull 76964. That's the first one was Triceratops, I'm pretty sure. We got a Dilophosaurus Ambush 76958. So another Jurassic World set or Jurassic Park. This one is the Ice Cream Shop, the random set. Oh, that one's a cool one. That's the Ewok Attack 7956. That's a 2011 set, so that's our first older one. And then we have a Garbage Truck, just a random city set. And here's the, oh, that's a great one. Desert Skiff Sarlacc Pit 75396. So that's the latest one that LEGO released with the Nyan Num figure. Should be in there. Yeah, he's right there. I don't know if you can see it, but right here. So that's a great set to have. Glad to have it because this one actually appreciated a ton in value. It was like, I think it retailed for 80, about that price, maybe even less, and now it's worth almost 100. I remember selling it used for almost $100 and new might be 130, 120 last time I checked at least, so it might have gone up as well. And oh, this one is nice. Oh, I hope this one didn't get damaged. At least it's in its box, so it is unlikely, but it's very possible that the box got damaged. Sadly, I'll still take it though. Better to have the box damaged than to not have it at all, right? Like I asked the seller to put the box as well, so I can't really complain. But this is the Barad-dûr set. Very cool. At first when it released, I kind of wanted to buy it, but I felt like it was too expensive, so I just didn't buy it. But then here it is right now. I have it in hand, but realistically I'm just gonna sell it because it's not a set that I want to keep, especially for how much it's worth. Even in used condition, it's like $400. It's pretty unbelievable. So glad to have it with the box. And what's cool is that the seller did a great job because everything will be in the box. Yeah, I can see it's super full. But okay, look, it seems like the seller put some different sets in it, so we'll have to check that out right now. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. I can't really complain because this box right here, although it was damaged, nothing inside was damaged, so that's actually really good. All right, so Sherlock Holmes book 10351. I didn't know that was actually a LEGO set, so I'm surprised. We have this one, the Holiday Main Street. Another cool set. Ahsoka's Interceptor. That's a newly released set. And it's actually already sold out on Lego. So it's about to retire by the end of July 2026. The only thing though is I'm noticing the Anakin figure is actually the one from Clone Wars, the original one. So it's not the right figure. So that'll definitely remove a bit of its value, but I've seen the Ahsoka in it, so it's fine. At least there's that. Then we have the Jedi Bob Starfighter. And I saw Jedi Bob, so that's a cool one. That one is also retiring by the end of July 2026. We got the ARC 170. That's the newly released one from, I believe, 2025. Pretty cool set. Still retailing though. So it's definitely worth less used than in brand new condition, but still pretty cool one. Here we have Luke's X-Wing 75301. So that's probably the $50 X-Wing that Lego released a while ago in 2021. Pretty cool set. I'm not a big fan though of the really smaller versions of those sets, but it's still, overall, it's not bad at all. Here we have Jango's Starship 75433, and that's a great set because you got that Lamasu figure, and then you also have Jango Fett and some other figures as well. Boba Fett is there too, so it's a great affordable way to get all those nice figures. Here we have the 75339. That's the Trash Compact from Lego Star Wars. Pretty cool set. That one was underrated. I think the reason though most people didn't really want it is because you can find the Trash Compactors in the Death Star, so there's not really a point to having it as a diorama, but to each their own. Some people actually prefer just having a smaller piece, you know, and then you can have the Death Star cannon and some other compatible pieces that you can put with the Trash Compactor instead of having the Death Star. So that can make sense as well. And then here's the Barad-dûr. That's the first bag. I'm pretty sure at this point it's probably gonna just be the Barad-dûr sets. At least they're all in the box, which is good. That's a Halloween pumpkin, nothing crazy. We got the Death Star GWP. So that's probably the one from May the 4th in 2022 or 2023. I forget the exact year. I'm not sure it had like any cool pieces. I know that like the brand new one with the box is worth a lot, but in this condition used, I'm not sure it's worth quite a bit. And that's another Barad-dûr. So I feel like at this point, it's probably just the Barad-dûr stuff. Like these two are Barad-dûr. This one's Barad-dûr. This is, oh, Cobb Vanth Speeder. That one is so overpriced. It's like, I think $35, something like that. The only cool thing you get is a Cad Bane, but you can get Cad Bane in different sets. There's not really a point of getting that set over just any other with Cad Bane, to be honest. Even like the Cad Bane Speeder from Clone Wars is way better in my opinion, although it is more expensive though. But anyways, this is Barad-dûr as well. This is the, oh, that's the Troop Carrier 40686. So that's the promo from May the 4th, 2024. So the previous one was definitely from 2023 then. And then we have the Duel on Mandalore. I can just tell because it's such a small set with Ahsoka and Darth Maul. Not sure why I forgot his name for a sec here. That's Barad-dûr and Barad-dûr. So Barad-dûr is huge. There's literally 3, 4, 5 sets just containing the Barad-dûr stuff. And like I said, even in used condition, it's worth a fortune. It's like $400. So very pleased to having it right here. So we're already almost running out of space, which is kind of bad, but that's okay. I'll have to move stuff around. All right, let's go with the next box. I guess we'll just do the one in front of me. So the rest of the boxes, I actually inspected them and they seemed all right. So far so good. I was really worried about the other one, but you know, the box is not in the best shape for Barad-dûr, but it's really not that bad. Could have been a lot worse. And to be fair, it was really packed tight. So it's not really the delivery's fault. Okay, so this is actually the R2-D2. That's the massive set, probably the biggest Lego has done for R2-D2. Again, though, I have a feeling that we're not just gonna find R2-D2 sets in there. So we'll go through it. We have the Obi-Wan's Hut. That's a pretty cool set from 2020. There are some cool figures in it. I feel like it was a little expensive for what it was though. Then we have the Snowtrooper Hoth Rebels. So, okay, that's a random assortment of minifigures. We got lots of snowtroopers in there, so that's probably where the value's at. And then we have the Luke Skywalker, probably from the small Tauntaun versus AT-AT set. Then here we have a random 4 327 Star Corps Legion clone troopers. Those are some great clone troopers. Basically, the only reason to buy the set is for those clone troopers, so I'll take the 4. That's pretty nice. They are very valuable figs. I think they're about $8 each. so still pretty good. Then we have the Falcon 75375. Not sure exactly which one that is. It's probably the latest one. This seems like a small bag for a Falcon. Or, oh, you know what it is? It's probably the smaller midi scale one that Lego released not that long ago. That's probably what it is. Here we have the Knob Fighter. Oh, I remember that set. That set is so bad. No comments on that one. It's probably, I think it retailed for like $30 and there's like literally nothing cool about it. We had the Yoda Starfighter. That one's all right. I felt like it was overpriced. That was the 2017 version. We didn't really need another one. Here we have the TIE Bomber 75347. That one's also retiring by the end of July 2026. So that's great timing for me to gain that set. Here we have a bunch of those droids. Those are the Kashyyyk droids. There's 6 of them. They're hard to like army build because there's only about 2 per set that Lego released them in. So it's great to have them. And then we have a bunch of super battle droids. Those are the recently released ones, but a huge army like that can definitely sell well. Here we have the Advent Calendar. Not exactly sure which one that is. I'll show you right now on screen, but I see a lot of droids nonetheless. Probably an older one. I don't think that's a recently released one. I'm not sure what that is either. It's not really labeled properly. I think they're just random stab droids, but I'm really not sure, so I'll have to really go through it after. Here we have a bunch of battle droids. I'll take those. That's actually great. It's always nice to have an army of them. Then we have even more stuff. We have a random, oh, that's from Jedi Bob Starfighter. There's the Admiral Akbar. Maybe it's an extra one. Very possible. Here we have Jawa. That's a low build from the battle pack. That's what it is. On its own, it's not worth much though. Oh, those are great. Those are just random figures from Hoth. We got the Tauntaun. There's the Anakin Skywalker. We got Han Solo. And then we got that random guy from the Clone Wars. I forget his name. The Tauntaun was definitely the best part of this. And then here we have the R2-D2 75308. So all the pieces are going to be in there. Not gonna open it. That's probably all that there is in there. So that's it for this. But then the thing is, there's like a lot of stuff left in there. So we got the Maul's Infiltrator. That one's cool because it was released, I believe, in 2024 for the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, or 25th anniversary, I meant. And now that one's retired, and it actually appreciated quite a bit in value ever since. Here's those are some Star Wars brickheads. There's like Ahsoka. There's a bunch of them. So I'll have to go through that bag and see. So we got Luke. We got Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. We got the Tusken Raider. We got the Ahsoka Tano, Mandalorian, and Grogu. And the last one is Commander Cody. So those are all great brickheads. The previous seller had good taste. That's what it means. He chose really good brickheads. Oh, that's a great one. That's the Lion Knight's Castle. And that one actually blew up in value ever since it was retired. I'm not sure why exactly. I mean, it's a great set. That's probably why. But it seems that like the Kingdoms and Castle sets always do well after retirement for some reason. And that's one of those. I think it's, even now, it's probably like $400 used. New, it's, I don't even know, probably like 500, 600 plus. It's crazy. Here we have the Paz Vizsla battle with the Moff Gideon. That one's pretty cool. I mean, the Moff Gideon was nice. Paz Vizsla was a cool figure. But again, I feel like this set was overpriced. It's now retired. We got the Luke Speeder. No figs, though. Hard to tell which one that is. There's no number. So it might be the 2017 version or the 2020 version. Either way, at this point, I don't care about the Luke's Land Speeder. Lego did way too many of those. Here we have the Snow Speeder, and I know exactly which one that is. That's the 4+ year-old one with Wedge and Achilles. Wedge is a cool figure. That's probably the only reason you wanted that set in the first place, because otherwise the only way to get Wedge was, I believe, in the UCS Assault on Hoth, which was a lot expensive, a lot more expensive than just getting that 4+-year-old set. So it's nice that Lego released it there. Here we had the ATTE 75337. That must be the one with Commander Cody and the Clone Gunner. And yes, I can confirm it. Just saw them in there. Very cool set. That one's probably the best Lego has released in a while. It's retiring by the end of July 2026 once again. Here we have the Dark Trooper attack. This one's all right. It was cool because it was a great way to get the Dark Troopers, but at the same time, it kind of devalued the figure because it was exclusive before then in the Imperial Light Cruiser. So that's the only disadvantage. But overall, I'm glad that Lego released it in a battle pack because it's a great way to army build, right? There's no point to like make army building characters exclusive. So here we have the Falcon and, oh, that's the diorama for Christmas. I forget the year exactly. I think it was 2023 or 2022 that it was released in. Here we have Kenobi versus Darth Vader. Cool set. That one has some cool figures. Aside from that, though, when it retail, it was overpriced. We got the Death Star Night Trooper. That one's cool because of the figs. I think it's retiring December 2026. That's the Tented 4 hallway. Great set because you get that ARC Trooper 5's figure. That's the main reason you even wanted this set in the first place. But Lego did a great job with the minifigure selection as well. There was the Darth Vader. There was all those Rebel Fleet Troopers, Stormtroopers. It was a really cool set in terms of figures. And that's the Alliance Knights Castle. Second bag. So there's 2 of them. That's how big this set is. That's probably also why it's worth so much now. Here we have the AAT poly bag, a used condition, so definitely not worth much here, maybe $2. We have the U-Wing 75399. That one's also retiring, I believe, December 2026. Pretty cool set. The figs are nice. It's a great way to get that K2SO figure. And then we have that's the Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter from the Clone Wars. That's actually a great one. Yeah, I'll definitely take that set. And I see 2 Plo Koons in there, so I'm a little confused. I don't know if like his Starfighter's in there as well, the Microfighter, because I saw the Microfighter fig. And then we have a X-Wing poly bag. That one's, I believe, from like 2009. It's a really old one. I had it when I was a kid, so it's quite old. And then, oh, right here, probably one of the best UCS sets Lego has released in a while, the Jango Fett's Fire Spray Class Starship. Very cool one. And we can even open the box right here. Probably got some cool stuff in there. GWP, the Steamboat. So that's not a Star Wars set. Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Lego did make a set about that. I forgot. Pretty cool set. Got the Nutcracker. That's for Christmas related stuff. What is that right here? Set 10363. I'll pull up an image. I'm not sure which set that is. Here we have a chess set. I didn't even know that was a thing. 40719. Interesting. Oh, Viking Village. That's a cool one that's still retailing, I believe. 21343. Bag 2 of 2. So there's another bag of that. Viking Village, bag 1 of 2. I'll put it right here so I don't lose track of them. All right, so we're down to 4 boxes. We did the biggest ones, but there is another one that's massive. There's that white one. So let's do this one right now. Then we'll do the other one. Okay, this one's interesting because I see random minifigures in there. So we'll have to go through these after. For now, I'll just put them aside. Here's 40775. That seems like a super old castle set, but I feel like it's just a GWP. So nothing too crazy about this one. We got some random plaques for the 25th anniversary. So it's probably part of the other sets, which complicates things a little bit on my end because I'll have to put them with these sets, but at least I know which one came with these. Here we have the Spider Droid. It's just a Spider Droid, so I'm not exactly sure, like, is it part of the set with the Clone Troopers battle pack? Maybe it's part of this set right here. I'm not 100% sure. I do see a bunch of clones. Those are all the Shock Troopers and Clone Troopers of the set with the Clone Troopers and battle droids, so it might be part of that. Here we have 4 droid pilots, kind of random. I'm not sure if they're part of a set or just extras. We got a Paz Vizsla set. I guess those are extra parts. I'm not sure. Random stuff. Brickheads set in the bag. So let's open that up and see what's in there. We got Goofy and Pluto, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. That's a pretty big bag right here. This is the Lion Knights Castle. Bag 2 of 4. Okay, so we only had like 2 bags earlier, so I'll put that one aside. That's another bag. That's part of it. And then that's Time Machine 10300. That's pretty cool set. 1 full bag for this bad boy here. Then we have a bunch of clone troopers, the phase 2 clone troopers, an army of them. That's Revenge of the Sith. So this is the brickheads, and you can see there's like a bunch of bags in it. That's because there's like 5 different brickheads in there. Pretty good deal to have like a bunch of them all at once. This is speeders. It has to be like a bunch of speeders from the speeders stab droid, and I think there's something else. Battle pack, the clone troopers and droids battle pack. I'm not sure, but that's probably it. Battle of Endor brickheads, that's a cool one too. This is the MTT from Felucia. Very cool set with Clone Commander Bly. That's the main reason you want that set in the first place. And that one actually, I believe, is retiring by the end of December 2026. So just keep that in mind. Oh, and that's a fantastic set. The Mos Eisley Cantina 75290, bag 2 of 3. So I'll put that one aside. Very pleased to have this set. The figures in it are just incredible. Then we have the bag 1 of 3. So we're just missing one more bag and it'll be a complete set, which is very nice. This is the Yoda's Training. That one's retired. It retired a while ago, 75330. I think it has to be the diorama. Very cool set. That one actually appreciated quite a bit in value last time I checked. And we got the Lion Knight's Castle, our last bag, because we already had 2, so 4 of 4. That's why it's so expensive. It's a massive set, so it's worth a lot. Very cool figures, very nice castle. And then we got the big bag with the Mos Eisley Cantina figures and that big dewback that you can see right here. The main reason why this set is so expensive is because of all those figures. I think there's like 20 or 24, very close to the Death Star from 2016 that Lego released. Very cool set, and it went up in value quite a bit as well. Anyways, here's the Emperor's Throne Room. That one's also a pretty recent set. It's not retired yet. Pretty cool one though. Here we got like 4 wheels. I don't know, is that part of like the Republic Juggernaut? No idea here. Those are extra pieces, but I noticed there's that hat that's part of Obi-Wan, the little hood from Obi-Wan Starfighter. We got some tree for Christmas. We got the Sega Control 40769. Very small sets right there. This is the Brickheads 40752. There's a few in there. I'm not exactly sure which one that is. I'll put an image on screen. And then there's a hole in that bag, but we have the figures. One phase 1 clone trooper, and then the phase 1 Commander Cody, and I see the R trooper. I see, man, Commander Gree. Very cool stuff in there. The bag though has a hole, so I'll have to be careful. For now though, I'll leave those aside and we'll visit them later. Oh my gosh, there's even the clone lieutenants. Wow, that bag is stacked of clones. You really can't go wrong with them, but we'll have to come back to them because right now I don't want to like show you the figures. It's way too far from the cameras for that. But we do have like a huge army of 501st clone troopers from the 501st battle pack that's retiring end of July 2026 as well. And then we have also these that are from the Ahsoka's clone trooper battle pack. That one's all retired a while ago, I believe. And then we have the Triceratops Research 76959. Cool set, I guess. As long as there's some dinosaurs, you can't go wrong, right? That's kind of the whole point of Jurassic World, so I can't complain. But anyways, we made some good progress. So once again, I'm running out of space. I'll just put everything back. Gotta find another bag too for the figures before I proceed. I see this small box. I have a feeling it's just the instructions, so we'll save it for last. It's definitely the lightest boxes that we've had, so we'll wait. Okay, so we got the big Lion Knight's Castle box, but in there's probably a bunch of other sets. Here we had the Disney Tribute Camera 43230. We got the Up House 43217. So quite a bit of Disney sets in that one. Oh, Rivendell, that's bag 1 of 5. So that's another massive Lord of the Rings set. There's Rivendell, and then there was Barad-dûr, so that's stacked. Absolutely stacked. Great set. We got a 3-in-1 Christmas tree. Jack-o'-lantern, smaller set for Halloween. We got an Easter egg. Cozy House 31139. Bumblebee 10338. Rivendell, that's bag 2 of 5. So I'll put that one aside for now. These actually weren't special sets, so I'll put them here. We got the Holiday Main Street, bag 2 of 2. So I'll have to put that one aside as well. Oh, the Camino GWP from 2024. That's actually a pretty cool set. Well, actually, no, that was the one from last year, so 2025. Great set right there. I think I got like 1 or 2 of these. Here's the James Bond car. We got Rivendell, bag 5 of 5. So we're at 3 bags for Rivendell's. Ambush on Mandalore, another great set because of the Mandalorians. The rest is not that great. I don't really like those Imperial Commandos, but it is retiring by the end of July 2026 once again, so just keep that in mind. We got a second one, so 2 of these. This guy was stacking up on those, it seems. Then we have this other set right here. Oh no, that's Rivendell, another bag. So we're at 4 bags. There's 1 more left, and it's probably that massive one. And yeah, bag 3 of 5 Rivendell. Holy crap. When there's 5 bags that are completely full, you know it's a huge set, that's for sure. Like, that's a masterpiece of a set though. When you build it, it just looks incredible. Too bad it's so expensive though. Again, I don't think I'll keep it just because it's worth so much, but yeah, it's crazy how expensive the Rivendell is, but it has such great minifigures as well. We got the Santa sleigh. Christmas is still in a while, so I don't expect those to do that well. Oh, that's cool actually. That's a Hoth blister pack, and it's actually still sealed, so that's like $25 right there. Pretty nice. Put it with the other stuff. We got the burger truck. Okay, didn't know they made one like that. That's funny. Then we got the, oh, that's the invisible hand. That one also blew up in value. It's insane. Like, you can sell your used one for the price of when it was sealed, when it was retailing, which is just crazy. Ooh, that one's hard to read. Something lights. It's a really small set. Probably like a GWP or something. Okay, we got some extra parts with Rivendell. We got a camera. Yeah, those are probably GWPs, it seems. This one is the Coral Reef 40783. That's a Minecraft set. I'm not sure. I think it's retired by now. Here we have, oh, there's nothing written, but it does look like speeders and the Tri-Droid, or I'm not sure how you call them, but the droids and the speeders that came with the Clone Troopers and Droids battle pack, which would make sense because I saw a bunch of those figs earlier. And oh, some other really epic figs in there. I see General Grievous, General Kenobi, and some other nice ones. So I'm gonna put those aside since they're figures. We'll have to go through them after. We got a bunch of guns here, so we won't be running out of those anytime soon. They probably came with all the figures we got. Then we have this little set right here, the Bark Speeder 75378. Extremely overpriced, and you can see now on the aftermarket, after it retired, now it's worth like even less. I think it's like $20 and it retailed for $30. So you can see that it really tanked. Rightfully so though, way overpriced. Not a cool set at all for the price. Here we have some extra figures. Then we have Road 60104, and we got some extra pieces from Christmas. So I'm not sure exactly which set. I'll have to double check that. And that's it. So far, I gotta say, the seller did a pretty damn good job at separating everything, so really appreciate that. Shout out to the seller. Anyways, here's the Lion Knights box. Very cool that he included it. It'll definitely bump up the value of the set, even if it's damaged. Doesn't seem too bad though, to be fair. So very cool that he included it. Okay, so we're down to 2 boxes. There's the one with probably all the instructions, and there's, oh no, those are the Lego book. He even put something on it, tags, just so I know. But there's this one right here. So that one was really not heavy, so I wonder what's in there. It's probably some sealed sets if I were to guess, because I haven't seen any sealed sets yet. And yeah, I can already see some of them. Oh wow, okay, he actually had a collection of poly bags. And oh, I've actually never had this one before. This is 30005 Imperial Speeder Bike with the Stormtrooper. Never had that one sealed before, never had it used. And I remember when I was a kid, I actually wanted that set just because of the Stormtrooper. I wish Lego did those again, like the poly bags with the figures. Those are the best, but it's an older set, right? 2010, so you can't really expect them to do those. They kind of stopped a while ago, but it's nice that this seller had it. Like I said, he had great taste, that's for sure. Here's the 20019 Breakmaster Slave one. Those go for a lot because Breakmaster was like a, I don't know, it's something that Lego did only, I believe, in 2011 or 2010. So they ran that for a bit, and then for some reason those sets became extremely collectible, and now they're desirable, but only for like collectors. And it's not like you can really, like, you could build them, but they don't look that great. It's just you keep them sealed and you collect them. That's why collectors buy them. They're not really, like, that's probably $50 right there. So it's just something that you buy to keep sealed and collect. Tusken Raider foil pack, not bad. Star Destroyer foil pack as well. So actually, I was wrong. They actually still do make those. It's just, I don't know, most of the time I feel like the characters are more generic now. They're not as good. We got the Millennium Falcon from 2025. That's the May the 4th promo. Oh, that one's cool. 25th anniversary TIE Interceptor, probably released in 2024. That one was a May the 4th promo, I believe in 2023 with the Death Star. That one was a May the 4th promo with the 2024 Droid Troop Transporter or Troop Carrier. That's what this one came with. Oh, that one's really cool. The Rogue One Scarif Trooper. That one's super expensive. It's like $40. The Ghost 2017, so probably not worth that much, but maybe worth a decent amount. Kanan Jarrus, that figure keeps appreciating in value because Lego hasn't released it in so long, so it's actually worth a lot. We got Emperor Palpatine from 2019 or 2020. Not sure how much that one's worth. A Snowtrooper, we'll take it. It's a pretty generic figure, but still pretty cool. Limited edition Snowspeeder. I wonder how much this one goes for. It's probably 2019 with the Kylo Ren. But since it's limited edition, it might go for a lot. Though to be fair, a lot of polybags are limited edition, so it's hard to tell. We do have this Darth Vader right here, and that's the polybag with this, I don't know how you call that, but it's just a weird set, but it's worth quite a bit. I think it's like $30. And then we still have a few left. Oh, that's very interesting that he collected those. The tape is open, so I don't know if it's sealed, but it is the 4485 mini building set. I've had a bunch of those sealed in the past. Okay, no, it's used. But yeah, in the past I had so many of them sealed, and I would sell them in a huge bundle, like all complete together at a really good price. And yeah, they would sell pretty quickly because people wanted them. They're very hard to find, especially in brand new sealed condition. But imagine like having the whole set all at once. It's super hard to find it. It's a great way to sell them because then the buyer saves a ton on shipping if he wants to collect them all, right? Rather than just buying them all one at a time, he buys them all at once together. Same shipment, less shipping. Then there's the 4484. That one's used too. But you know what? If he has all four of them from the same series, even used all together, they can go for quite a bit. And I think he does, because now there's the 4487. That's 2002, the Jango Fett and Obi-Wan Starfighter. And yeah, 4486. So I think he has the complete collection for the first one. Haven't had these in a while, so it's great to see them. But yeah, all four used but complete. Then we do have also this one. I've seen that one used earlier. We have it sealed, 40686 Trade Federation Troop Carrier. That one appreciated in value quite a bit. It's probably one of the best May the 4th promo Lego has released in a while, so it's no wonder. I think it's around $40 now, so nothing crazy, but still pretty good. And oh, I like the set. The Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack from 2014. You really can't go wrong with that one. What a beautiful set. I wish Lego made more battle packs this affordable with these great figures again, but I don't think that's something we'll ever be able to get. So, you know, we enjoyed it while we could in 2014 and 2015. Speaking of 2014, we got the Utapau Troopers. And you know what's crazy? I actually sold this one to that seller. So he had it in for a while in his personal collection, and now it was time for him to get rid of his entire collection, and I guess he sold it back to me. So here it is, full circle, and I'll be selling it again. All these sets, by the way, can be found on my website, collectorskingdom.ca. So it's going to be in the comments and in the description, so you can go ahead and check it out. But yeah, very cool to see this one once again. And those acrylic cases are really cool. It really protects the set. You can see like the box is still mint even with all that traveling, because I received it, then I shipped it to him, he shipped it back. So yeah, pretty cool. And the last set is this one right here. I'm kind of happy that he was the one who purchased it, and then I get to have it once again, because man, this set, I don't know why, but it's nostalgic for me because it's one of the first sets I ever got for Lego Star Wars. In fact, it might be my first ever, because I got it on my 5th or 6th birthday when I was really young, and that's the 2011 Clone Troopers Battle Pack. Yeah, just great set. Again, the figures were like really good for this set. I just wish Lego made those, and I feel like sometimes simpler things are better. Back then, Lego didn't put as much details into the minifigures, but for this set, for some reason, they did. And I don't know, I just like the prints of the older Star Wars figures more than now. I feel like now they're overdone, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to see, like, am I the only one who thinks that, or like simpler is better most of the time? Let's open that box with the instructions. I think they're only instructions though, from what I'm seeing. seeing the guy said Lego books. So let me see. Oh yeah. Oh, and they moved quite a bit. But you know what? I'm not too picky on the instructions. As long as the big sets are fine. Like I see Barrett Door right here. Or yeah, that's Barrett Door. Seems all right. They might not be in the best condition, as you can see, because they might have moved during the delivery. But I'm not gonna go through all of them right now on camera. Can't really complain. They're just instructions. You can find them online, worst case, right? So after going through all the sets, I realized there was one big problem. And it is that the UCS Snowspeeder and the UCS Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter that were supposed to be on the list weren't present in this bundle. So hopefully I can contact the seller and then he can ship them. Maybe it's just something he forgot to ship. But for sets this size, I don't know. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get that sorted out. And now let's move on to the minifigures. All right, so now on to the minifigures. I thought they deserved a closer look. We'll start with the T-Rex. That's a pretty cool one, probably close to $20 if I were to guess. And I've also noticed we have a bunch of weapons and equipments for the clone troopers and all the Star Wars minifigures. Now that we got those out of the way, let's go with the Star Wars figs. So first of all, we have these 4 clone troopers right here. Those are the 327 Star Corps Legion clone troopers. We got 4 of them. They're all worth about $8 a piece. Pretty cool. Then we have all these clone troopers. Those are the 501st clone troopers from the 501st battle pack that's actually retiring by the end of this year. So these two seem to have the wrong helmet. So that's kind of strange. And we got a couple more right here. They're missing the visor actually. They have the right helmet this time. So it's kind of a combination of a bunch of clones. All of them are worth about $3 a piece, and we've got about 18 of them in total, so that'll be a really cool bundle. And we do have a few more. We had this time the Phase 2 Shock Troopers, and I've seen the sets they came in. We actually had them earlier in this video. We got 10 of these guys. Very cool. That's literally an army, so I'll probably just put them with their sets and just sell all the sets together as a massive bundle. And then we have all the Phase 2 clone troopers right here. And we got 26 of them. That's so many. They can't even fit in my hands. 26 of these guys. And I think there's 3 in each set. So that means we literally got at least 8 of these sets. Potentially, maybe less. But I'll show you right here. Those were all the speeders. We found them earlier in the video. Then we had these that also came from this set, I believe. They're a combination of the speeders and droids. And then we had the stat droids, all of them. That's definitely more than one. And that's probably all the ones that came in these sets. So probably what I'll do is a huge bundle with these sets and all the clones. So that's actually massive. And then of course we have all the battle droids that came in the same set, and then these super battle droids. So we'll start with the super battle droids, and we got 29 super battle droids, and we got 37 battle droids, and then those random arms. Not sure what those are. So yeah, 39 of them. That's actually a lot. Probably mostly from the battle packs once again. Then we had these droids, and those are just some random Kashyyyk battle droids because they weren't part of the set of any sets I received in this bundle, and we got 6 of them. So that's pretty cool. Those are actually more expensive than the regular battle droids. And we also have these pilot droids. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then we had these clone troopers. Those are the 501st clone troopers. I didn't get the sets they came in, but those were part of a clone trooper battle pack that retired in 2023, or was released in 2023. So we got Vaughn right here, Captain Vaughn. That was an exclusive figure. Actually, we have a second one as well right here. So 2 Captain Vaughn. Then that's like a mix of clones. They're all worth about the same price. We also have the Jet troopers. The only thing I've noticed though is this one. That's a clone specialist, so I'll have to swap it with another clone we found earlier in this unboxing, one of the 501st clone troopers. And in there we have few cool things. I think those were like the snow trooper, either the snow troopers battle pack, and I think a combination of the blister pack. So we got quite a bit of snow troopers right here. There's about 8 snow troopers in there. They're all probably worth about the same price. And then we got 2 snow speeder troopers right here, and then we got Luke Skywalker. That's probably from the small AT-AT versus Tauntaun set. And then we have a few rebel troopers. So that's pretty cool. Random pieces here. I'm not sure, maybe they're part of a set, probably like a snow speeder and some other stuff. All right, then we also had these from Hoth. Those are just some random stuff. There's this guy that also came with Anakin. So there's these two. Those are pretty cool. Then we had the Tauntaun. That one's nice as well. And then we have Han Solo. Let's go with this bag next. Those seems to be some random advent calendar stuff, but I've seen some figures in there that probably aren't part of an advent calendar, like some of those Jawas. I'm not sure they're part of this because I've seen earlier we had this set right here, and as you can see, there's two Jawas in there, and there's also a Tusken Raider. The thing is, I see this head right here that's part of this droid. Oh, actually, no, it is this droid. Okay, it's like a mix of R2-D2. So we just have to find these two Jawas and the Tusken Raider. The Tusken Raider might be in another bag. As you can see, there are two different Jawas, it seems. There's this one. The other Jawa is not there, so we'll see later if I can find it. But anyway, we had these two Jawa that weren't part of any sets we got. Those are pretty cool. We'll put them aside. And the rest are mainly just some Christmas stuff. Maybe the Jawa with the Christmas costume goes for quite a bit. I'm not sure. Then we have this droid from Ahsoka. We have Grogu, Baby Yoda, and then the Mandalorian, and then this random stuff right here. All right, now on to the bigger bag. There's two big bags. There's this one. All right, so I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I'll just show you the highlights. So we had the Boba Fett. That one's pretty cool with the printed arms. We have more Phase 2 clone troopers, so we'll add them to our big pile. So 4 more of these. We also had these two Phase 2 501st clone troopers. Those seem to be the lieutenant or the specialist. We'll just add it to our big pile. Oh, this is, I believe, the Jawa that was supposed to come in this set right here. So that's nice. And then we also had the Tusken Raider that was part of the set as well. This guy right here, but we don't have his weapon. This is not a Lego. It is a pretty cool staff though. I have to say, I'm not sure if it's like a custom or what, but it's not a Lego. So we'll put that one aside. I've never seen one like that before though. And yeah, I wonder if we can find his staff. Fortunately, I don't think so. Probably one of the coolest fig in there is Bosk. That one's pretty cool. That one only appeared in 2 sets. And then we also have General Grievous right here. That one's worth a lot right now. Keeps appreciating in value. We also have a Magna Guard, but this one doesn't have the cape, so he's not worth nearly as much as the ones that have the cape and are complete. And then we have some other minifigs, but they're all worth maybe like $5 each. Nothing crazy in there, except maybe for this Sabine Hera. I mean, this one's about $15, even though it was released another time. And actually, this Palpatine's worth quite a bit. This is an exclusive one that came with a book. This one goes for at least $20, maybe even $25. Aside from that, I don't see anything super valuable. I would say this one from the Microfighter is about $8, and then this is Fennec Shan. I think this version goes for $15. The rest are all about probably, let's say, $5 each. Let's say 32 figs, about $5 each. And I saw a few of these parts that are from the Mandalorian Death Watch battle pack, but they're missing quite a bit of stuff. Like there's only the speeder that's incomplete. I saw the instructions, but it's not a complete set, so it doesn't really go for much in this condition. All right, and on to our last bag. This one contains a bunch of clone troopers and some really cool figs. This is by far the best one, and oh, that bag had a hole, so we'll throw that one away. So the first one that caught my eye is this ARC Trooper, probably one of the best figs Lego ever released, even though it's a 2012 fig. And I came prepared. I actually saw it earlier, so I actually got this backpack, so we'll be able to equip it to that figure, and it's going to be complete. In fact, let's just do it right now. I think the pauldron's supposed to go after. Pretty sure it's like that. I could be wrong though. Actually, it doesn't look right. I think it's supposed to go on top of the pauldron. So that one's only missing his blasters now, which I do have, so that's not an issue. Then another cool one, though he's missing his blasters, is this one. That's like a clone commander, worth about $15. It was only released, I believe, in the 2009 battle pack. Another very cool figure is obviously this Phase 1 clone commander Cody, fully equipped with all his gear. This one's worth a solid $40 to $45 last time I checked. Then we also had the Clone Wars Darth Maul, and that one's a really cool fig, worth about $20. Does have a bit of damage here though. We also have Krennic. This is actually, I think that's the newer version, but I'm not sure because even the older one had this case. So I think it might be the older version from the 2016 Krennic Shuttle. If that's the case, this one goes for at least $40. And actually, I think it is the older one because we have this guy right here that was part of the Krennic Shuttle. And he actually, surprisingly enough, has his backpack. So he goes for about $15 in this condition. We also have Chopper. That seems to be the newer variant. We have a few Phase 1 clone troopers. Those are the 2013 version. There's an army of them. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. That's really an army of them. 8 of the 2013 version. I'm surprised because usually most people get the newer ones that were part of the blister pack because it's an easy way to get like 3 at a time. But 8 of these is crazy because I think the most you could get in a set was only 1. And then we had the Clone Commander. That one's the newer one though, from the blister pack from 2022. We have the Clone Lieutenant with the printed legs. This one is actually the 2013 variant or 2014. I think it was in a poly bag and then it was released without the printed legs in the Hailfire droid from 2015. Pretty cool one. Worth quite a bit. Even if it's a bit damaged, it's easily $30 to $40 for this minifigure. Then we have this guy. That's Morov, and he has all the equipment, the entire backpack. Usually most of the ones I receive are missing the backpack, but in this condition and with the backpack, it's easily $20 right there. And then we have 2 of these Phase 1 Bomb Squad clone troopers. Those are very cool from the 2011 Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Those have really cool prints. Then we have Phase 1 Commander Gree. That one has excellent prints as well for a 2012 minifigure. We also have the Captain Rex. This is one of the coolest fig that Lego has released in a while. At least he has the pauldron. Would have been nice to have the Kama cloth, but of course Lego no longer seems to make those. But it is nonetheless a really cool fig. Just missing the antenna though, but I see one right here. Not sure if he's supposed to have that one though. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to have a regular antenna. That doesn't seem right. So I'll just find the right antenna. There we go. That's the right one. And he's missing a blaster, which we should have. I always have like a spare bag with a bunch of blasters, so that should be easy to find. Even pull the ones for the ARC Trooper. So there we go. This one's complete with his blasters. Then we have a Phase 1 Clone Trooper pilot. This is the one from the Clone Wars, so he was released probably in 2009 in the Venator or the Republic Attack Shuttle from 2008, or maybe it was 2009 as well. So those are quite old. And then we also have the ARF Trooper from 2011. Very cool one. That's an exclusive fig. Honestly, the 2011 Clone Trooper Battle Pack might be one of the best battle packs ever released by Lego. It was just such a nice set with so many clones. It's actually quite a cool set. And then we have the Phase 2 Commander Gree. This one's very cool as well. This is the first variant because he has this gray stripe. This one's worth easily $40 nowadays. It's probably even more than that. This one was also released in 2 sets. Then we have Ezra Bridger from a few sets. This one's worth quite a bit, maybe $12. We have Omega, printed arms on this fig. Not bad at all. Then we have all these members from the Bat Batch, and they're very expensive because all of them are exclusive except for Hunter that was released in 2 sets. I think this one is maybe like $10, but all of them combined together go for about $120, which is just insane. Might be even more, might be like $150. All I know is they're worth more than what the set they came in retail for. That's how popular they are. They're highly sought after, and rightfully so. They're great characters. This is Hunter, or actually this is, he has Echo's helmet it seems, right? Because this should be Echo. Yeah, I'll just swap their helmets real quick. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. And Tech's probably the most expensive out of the group. Maybe Wrecker as well. They're like 35 each, I think, something like that. Very expensive figs. I'll probably sell them as a bundle or maybe individually, but they're definitely characters that people want to collect as a group, right? So probably together. And oh, this was the weapon, the blaster that came with Rex, so I'll just put it aside. All right, so we have a few more figs that are really cool. We have this Leia. This one's very nice from, I believe, the Advent calendar because she has that cookie. And then we have Sherwood Imwe. This one's very nice too, and he has the backpack or this piece right here, so I think he's complete. He might be missing a piece, and he has the cape cloth. Very nice cape cloth for this Sherwood Imwe exclusive minifigure, and he goes for about $10, maybe even $15. Then we have the Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. This one's pretty cheap. And we have this droid right here. This is the medical droid. I'm not sure from which set it came in. Could be a bunch of different sets. All I know is that he's worth quite a bit, definitely over $10. And that's a wrap for the minifigures. What a haul. That's probably my longest ever. I don't know how long this video is, but wow. Whew, lots of stuff. So now I'm gonna have to go through all that stuff and and start listing them on our website. So if you find anything that you're interested in, again, collectorskingdom.ca, link in the pinned comments and the description. You can check it out. And also use code collector for 10% off your first order. You can only use it once, use it at checkout, and your first order will be 10% off. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And you can go ahead and watch this other unboxing. I'll put the biggest one I ever did, or one of the biggest, with figures this time. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So go watch that one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.